Welcome to Background Basics. Take a deep, slow breath. Whether you are elbow deep in warm, soapy water, stepping out onto a long, quiet trail, or just getting comfortable in bed, ready to let the day go, you're exactly where you need to be. Let your hands do the work. Let your feet find the path, or let your body rest. You handle the physical world, and I will take care of the mental one. When the sun dips below the horizon and the sky fades from twilight purple into pitch black, we humans naturally begin to power down. Our eyes are poorly equipped for the dark. Our bodies crave rest. For us, the night is a time to retreat indoors, lock the doors, and sleep. But out in the wild, the setting of the sun is not an end, it is a starting gun. As the daytime creatures seek shelter, an entirely different shift of life wakes up. The nocturnal world is a place of high stakes, where evolution has crafted some of the most specialized, bizarre, and perfectly adapted hunters on the planet. To survive in the dark, you cannot rely on normal sight. You need extreme workarounds. You need biological mechanics that seem almost alien. Today, we are going to explore the shadows. We are going to look at the strange, the hidden, and the beautifully unsettling creatures that rule the night. Our journey begins in the dense, humid rainforests of Madagascar. The canopy is thick, blocking out even the faint light of the moon. The air is loud with the chirping of insects and the rustling of leaves. If you are standing alone in this jungle, relying only on your ears, you might suddenly hear a strange, rhythmic sound. A sharp, rapid tapping echoing through the trees. Tap, tap, tap. It sounds like a woodpecker, but there are no woodpeckers active in the dead of night. The creature making this sound is something much stranger. It is a primate. It is the eye. If you were to design a creature for a dark fantasy world, you might end up with something that looks exactly like the eye. It is a lemur, but it looks like a gremlin. It has coarse, unkempt, dark fur, wide, staring yellow eyes that catch the minimal light, and massive leathery ears that constantly swivel independently like radar dishes. But the eye's most defining and most unsettling feature is its hands. While its other fingers are relatively normal, the middle finger of an eye is a biological anomaly. It is impossibly long, skeletal, and incredibly thin, resembling a dried, dead twig attached to its hand. It has a specialized ball and socket joint, allowing it to rotate and pivot at angles that look completely unnatural. This skeletal finger is the key to one of the most highly specialized hunting techniques in the animal kingdom, a process called percussive foraging. The eye climbs slowly along the thick branches of the rainforest canopy. It presses its massive, sensitive ears close to the bark. Then it uses that long, bony middle finger to rapidly tap on the wood. Tap, tap, tap. It is listening to the acoustic reverberations. It is using the echoing sound waves to map out the interior of the solid branch, searching for hollow chambers. More specifically, it is listening for the subtle, squirming movements of fat beetle grubs hiding deep inside the wood. Once the eye's incredible hearing pinpoints the exact location of a grub, it stops tapping. It uses its large, forward-slanting teeth, which bizarrely never stop growing, much like a rodent's, to gnaw a small hole through the tough outer bark. Then it takes that skeletal, double-jointed middle finger, slides it deep into the narrow hole, hooks the grub with its sharp claw, and pulls its prize out into the night air. It is a perfectly engineered, highly specialized system. A primate acting as a nocturnal woodpecker, using an elongated skeleton key to unlock the secrets of the trees. Because of its strange appearance, local folklore in Madagascar often paints the eye as an omen of bad luck or a harbinger of doom, claiming that if the creature points its skeletal finger at you, your days are numbered. But in reality, it is just a quiet, solitary architect of the night, perfectly built for a very specific job. As we leave the tapping of the Madagascar canopy, we cross the ocean to the dense, sweltering jungles of the Amazon basin in South America. Here, survival in the dark isn't about finding hidden prey. It is about remaining completely, utterly invisible. In the animal kingdom, stealth is usually associated with sleek predators like panthers or snakes. But one of the greatest masters of invisibility is a bird. It is called the potu. The potu is a nocturnal bird related to nightjars and frogmouths. During the day, it does not hide in a nest or retreat into a hollow tree. It sits right out in the open, in plain sight, completely exposed. And yet, it is almost impossible to find. The patoo's feathers are a chaotic, mottled pattern of greys, browns, and blacks. When the sun comes up, the bird finds a broken tree stump or a dead branch. It perches directly on the tip, points its beak straight up toward the sky, closes its eyes and freezes. It does not move. It barely breathes. Its plumage perfectly mimics the texture, color, and even the jagged, splintered edges of dead wood. It looks exactly like an extension of the tree. Even if a predator is staring right at it, the optical illusion is flawless. But the patoo has a problem. If it keeps its eyes completely closed to maintain the disguise, how can it watch for danger? Evolution provided a terrifyingly clever solution. The patoo has tiny specialized slits folded into its upper eyelids. Even when its eyes are clamped completely shut, it can see through these tiny vertical blinds, monitoring the jungle around it without ever breaking its camouflage. It is a living, breathing security camera hidden inside a piece of dead wood. When the night falls, the patoo finally moves. It drops the disguise. It opens its eyes, revealing two massive, glowing, bulbous yellow orbs that look entirely too large for its skull. It is a bird built to absorb every single photon of moonlight available, but it doesn't actively fly around hunting. It is an ambush predator. It sits in the dark and waits. When a large moth or a small bat flutters past in the darkness, the patoo opens its beak. And its beak is the stuff of nightmares. From the outside, the patoo's beak looks tiny and short, but it acts like a massive hidden trapdoor. The bird's mouth opens incredibly wide, splitting its head almost in half, revealing a cavernous, gaping maw. It launches silently off its branch, scoops the insect or bat directly into this massive biological net, swallows it whole, and silently returns to its exact spot, freezing back into the shape of a tree branch. If you're ever wandering through the Amazon at night, you probably will never see a patoo, but you might hear one. They are famous for their calls, a haunting, descending, melancholic wail that echoes through the trees. It sounds less like a bird and more like a ghost mourning in the dark. It is a chilling reminder that the trees themselves might be watching you. From the silent, waiting camouflage of the Amazon, we travel to the islands of Southeast Asia, specifically the Philippines and Indonesia. Here we find a nocturnal predator that doesn't rely on camouflage or percussive tapping. It relies on explosive speed, pure carnivorous intent, and a set of visual mechanics that push the limits of biology. Meet the tarsier. If you were to hold a tarsier, it would fit comfortably in the palm of your hand. It is a tiny primate weighing only a few ounces, with soft fur, incredibly long fingers tipped with sticky pads, and a long, rat-like tail. But your attention would instantly be drawn to its face. The tarsier has the largest eyes, relative to its body size, of any mammal on Earth. Each individual eyeball is actually larger than the animal's entire brain. They are massive, unblinking, golden spheres that dominate its skull. These eyes are incredibly efficient at capturing light, allowing the tarsier to see with perfect clarity in near-total darkness. But having eyes that massive comes with a severe structural penalty. The eyeballs are so huge that they are wedged tightly into the skull. The tarsier lacks the muscles to move its eyes. It cannot look left, right, up, or down. Its gaze is permanently fixed straight ahead. To overcome this, evolution gave the tarsier an incredibly specialized neck. Much like an owl, the tarsier can rotate its head a full 180 degrees in either direction. It can sit perfectly still, its body facing forward, and slowly rotate its head backward to look directly behind it. This tiny creature is not scavenging for fruit or leaves. It is a strict carnivore, the only entirely carnivorous primate in the world. It hunts insects, spiders, small lizards, and occasionally small birds. The tarsier's hunting style is a masterclass in aerial acrobatics. It clings vertically to a bamboo stalk, its massive eyes scanning the dark canopy, its ears twitching to pick up the faintest rustle of a cricket. When it locks onto a target, its powerful elongated hind legs act like coiled springs. In a fraction of a second, the tarsier launches itself through the air. It can leap up to 40 times its own body length. It flies through the darkness, snatches its prey out of mid-air with its long grasping fingers and lands seamlessly on another branch, instantly biting the head off its catch. It is a tiny, wide-eyed ninja silently executing perfectly calculated strikes in the pitch black of the jungle. So far, we have explored the canopies and the jungles, but to find the most extreme nocturnal environment on the planet, we have to leave the land entirely. We have to dive into the ocean. When you dive below 1,000 meters, you enter the midnight zone. Down here, the concept of day and night ceases to exist. The sun's rays simply cannot penetrate this deep. It is a realm of crushing pressure, freezing temperatures, and absolute permanent, unending blackness. This is the ultimate nocturnal environment, and it is the home of a true leviathan, the colossal squid. For a long time, the colossal squid was a ghost. It was a myth whispered about by sailors and only known to science through massive scarred tentacles found in the stomachs of sperm whales. It lives in the freezing depths of the Southern Ocean around Antarctica in an environment so hostile that studying it in its natural habitat is almost impossible. It is a creature of staggering proportions. It can weigh over 1,000 pounds and reach lengths of 40 feet. But what makes it a master of the dark isn't just its size, it is its vision. The colossal squid holds the record for the largest eyes in the animal kingdom. They are the size of dinner plates, measuring over 10 inches across. Why does a creature living in a place with absolutely zero sunlight need eyes the size of hubcaps? Because in the deep ocean, the darkness is rarely empty. The depths are filled with bioluminescence, tiny glowing organisms that light up when they are disturbed. The colossal squid uses its massive eyes to hunt for shadows in the glow. When a large fish or a smaller squid swims through the water above, it disturbs the glowing plankton, creating a faint, sparkling wake. The colossal squid, looking upward with its giant, highly sensitive eyes, spots this subtle light show against the pitch-black backdrop. Once it spots its prey, it strikes. And its weaponry is terrifying. While a giant squid has suction cups lined with small teeth, the colossal squid took a much more aggressive evolutionary path. Its two longest feeding tentacles are equipped with sharp, swiveling, three-pointed hooks. When it lunges in the dark, those hooks sink deep into the flesh of its prey, locking it in place. It then drags the struggling catch toward its massive, razor-sharp beak, situated in the center of its tentacles, capable of slicing through bone and scale with terrifying ease. The colossal squid is the apex predator of the permanent night. A massive, silent hunter drifting through the crushing black, staring upward with dinner plate eyes, waiting for the glow of a struggling fish. It is a reminder that even in the most inhospitable, lightless places on Earth, life finds a way to adapt, hunt, and thrive. As we leave the freezing, crushing depths of the Antarctic Ocean and return to the surface, let's make one final stop back in the dense canopies of Southeast Asia. We are going to look at an animal that is less terrifying, but perhaps even more bizarre in its sensory adaptations. This is the binturong, also known as the bear cat. Despite its nickname, it is neither a bear nor a cat. It is a viverrid related to civets and fossors. It looks like a bizarre genetic mashup. It has the heavy, flat-footed walk and thick, shaggy black fur of a small bear. It has the face and long, stiff whiskers of a cat. And it has a long, thick, prehensile tail like a monkey, which it uses as a crucial fifth limb to hang from branches as it slowly navigates the high canopy. The binturong is not a fast or explosive hunter. It moves with a slow, deliberate caution through the trees at night, searching for fruit, insects, and small rodents. Its large eyes are reflective, shining brightly when caught in a beam of light. But the most incredible thing about the binturong is not how it looks or how it moves. It is how it smells. If you were walking through the dense forests of Palawan or Borneo in the dead of night and a binturong was resting in the branches above you, you wouldn't smell the damp earth or the rotting leaves. You would smell a movie theater. The binturong possesses scent glands under its tail that it uses to mark its territory, dragging them along the branches as it walks. And the chemical compound produced by these glands is 2-acetyl-1-pyrroline. This is the exact same chemical compound that is produced when popcorn kernels are heated and popped. It is a completely bizarre, perfectly matching olfactory illusion. In the middle of a remote, humid jungle, thousands of miles from human civilization, the night air is filled with the thick, warm, comforting scent of hot buttered popcorn. It is a strange sensory reminder that the natural world is full of overlapping chemistry and unexpected connections. The binturong uses this scent to communicate with others of its kind in the dark, leaving an invisible aromatic map through the canopy. It is a slow, strange, wonderful creature navigating the darkness one popcorn-scented branch at a time. From the skeletal tapping fingers in Madagascar to the giant, searching eyes in the deep ocean, the nocturnal world is a testament to specialization. When the easy path of daylight is taken away, life gets creative. It gets strange. It develops tools and strategies that seem like magic or science fiction, but are perfectly, brilliantly real. So, as we emerge from the shadows and step back into our own well-lit lives, take a moment to appreciate whatever you just accomplished. Whether you finally cleared that sink, reached the end of your trail, or are simply letting your mind power down as you drift off to sleep, you've successfully navigated your own environment today. We spend so much of our time relying on what is clear and obvious. But there is always a complex, hidden shift working in the background. The world doesn't stop when the lights go out. It just changes the rules. Thank you for letting Background Basics keep you company today. If you enjoyed this journey into the bizarre and brilliant world of nocturnal animals, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We have plenty more stories, deep dives, and real-world lore waiting for you the next time you need some background company. Until next time, keep moving, let your mind wander, and remember that even in the darkest hours, there is always something incredible happening. Have a great day or a good night's rest.